Well, I think, certainly unbelievable performance by our guys, and just so proud of them to come off what was a devastating loss yesterday and respond like that. We talked about this morning, we would find out a lot about the fiber of who we are as a team, and what level of determination and fortitude and resilience we had to kind of respond to a difficult situation and try to stay together. And we talked about trying to respond in a way that was collective and connected and purposeful. And I thought, we did that. Guys played together on both ends of the floor. You could see it. It was contagious. We were throwing the ball ahead early, and everybody was making one mores, and it generated, obviously, it's hard to shoot 18 for 27 from three in a gym by yourself, but we generated a lot of really good looks. And then on the defensive end, that was about as complete a performance as we've ever had. My 12 years here, I thought we just were tremendous on the ball and off the ball, and just were really alert, aware, and made everything difficult for what is people look at the score, but that Davenport team is an excellent team. I mean, they beat a really good USC Aiken team. They're in the national polls, and they'll be a team that'll be the defending GLIAC champions. So and they got most of their team back. So it's a really good team. Bert does a great job. We were just that was as good as we could have played on the offensive end. But I was really, more than the shot making, I was happy to see the defense, the rebounding, and the togetherness and unselfishness that we need to play with moving forward.
Going into next weekend, how much confidence does this give y'all as a team going into next weekend?
Yeah, well, I think hopefully it gives us a lot of confidence, and we leave here with equal amounts of humility. It wasn't 18, 20 hours. We were crushing. We lost a game that we really felt like we should have won, and as I kind of covered yesterday, I take responsibility for that. But we didn't play well. Not only did we not shoot well, we didn't play at near the level we're capable of playing, and I think then guys, hopefully they have that contrast. Here's what it looks like when we're together, and we're not always going to make that many shots, but when you're defending that hard and you're playing together like that, and you're playing together offensively like that, and guys are making plays for each other, they're aggressive and playing together and playing for one another, that's when offense is really fun. And then on the defensive end, so hopefully we'll be able to take that. Here's what we look like when we are not together. Here's what we look like when we are together, and we're pretty good when we're playing as a team on both ends of the floor, I think.
Defensively speaking, obviously, like you said, very complete performance. Is that just the difference between hustle between yesterday and today, or what's the biggest change between yesterday and today defensively?
I think there's always us and them, right? So like West Texas A&M has a couple of elite downhill guys in Grant and Murray, and then they're two All-American level guards for them, right? So that part was more difficult. Davenport has probably more good players when you look at the depth of good players, and I think obviously we were way better on the basketball. We were way more disciplined. We were way more connected. We did a much better job of shrinking the floor and being sound in our gaps and really locking into the basketball. And there was very few times that we got beat off the dribble, and a lot of times when we did, we were there to help and rotate. And yesterday, I thought we really got spread out off the ball. We weren't great on the ball, and then off the ball, we were kind of islandy, which for us means you're on an island by yourself guarding. And there was huge gaps, and we did not do a good job. So we didn't show many film of that, but we certainly talked about it this morning that we didn't play together, in my opinion, on either end of the floor yesterday. We did a good job getting the ball to paint. I think we had 64 paint points. To score 86 in regulation and make 3 threes, you got to get the ball to the paint. But we didn't do a good job of making always the right decision, playing for one another, and that's as corny as it sounds. That's a big deal. We always want guys to play aggressive. We want guys to play together, but most importantly, we want guys to play for one another. And you saw today, the byproduct of of that happening when guys actually do play for one another. This team we have a lot of good players. We have a lot of talent. There's a lot of good teams out there. So we're not going to win on talent alone, but we've got to, when we're locked in like that and we're connected, we're a really good basketball team.